everybody, I'm Ebony. This is Ebony's Creativity. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I have not been posting on the channel lately, so let's just get that elephant out of the room. But I just wanted to take some time to enjoy the summer, enjoy my life, spend time with my loved ones, do some stuff just to make me feel human again because I do work a lot. I do YouTube, I coupon, I have a full-time job, and I do some custom client projects, woodworking and such. So I'm always working. My loved ones have convinced me to take a break from it, and I love them for that because I did recently get to have a beautiful experience that I really enjoyed with my sister. If you are a normal watcher of my channel, you'll know a few months back we did do another travel vlog to Egypt. So if you have not seen that one, please go ahead and check that one out. I will have it linked down below. But let's talk about this next trip. We did visit Peru. What a beautiful country it is. I am so glad that I am able to share this experience with you. So if you are interested in watching, please stay tuned. Here are some of the sites that you see in and around Lima's airport. And here is our driver who was waiting to pick us up and take us to our first hotel, which is the JW Marriott. I think this was about a 10-hour flight altogether, if I'm remembering correctly. Could have been a little bit more. Can't quite remember right now. A lot went on this trip, as you will soon find out. But look at how crowded the streets are. It's kind of put me back in the mind of Egypt. If you watch that vlog, you will see the traffic there is crazy too. But anyway, a really beautiful city. So I'm just showing you a little bit of the ride to our hotel. I was not quite sure what to expect upon entering our hotel, but as you can see, this hotel is gorgeous, completely gorgeous, beautiful. Everything is just a home decor lover's dream. I'm sure some of you guys who love home decor are drooling while you're watching this. Just look at all the beautiful pieces. Everything about this hotel screamed luxury, from the lobby to the restaurants that are on site at the hotel to the location, which gives you a beautiful view of the beach. Everything was just top notch here. At this point, the jet lag was kind of kicking in and we were just kind of over it at this point. So we kind of just let our bags explode. So ignore all of our stuff in the room and we went to bed. If you are a foodie, Peru is definitely the place for you. Look at this beautiful breakfast we had the next morning. After breakfast, we started our tour for the day in an area called Barranco, which, as you can see, it is absolutely beautiful. I love art, so many of you probably do too because of what we normally do on this channel. And they just have such beautiful flowers, such beautiful murals, such diverse culture represented here. It's just really beautiful, and I enjoyed seeing all of the murals. Some of them were done by women. This one in particular, these murals talk about women being strong and assertive. They also represent cultural diversity. As our guide explained, religion is and was very important to Peruvian people. So anytime you have kind of like a town square type of area like this one, you will always have a church there. This restaurant also had places for people to sit and meet, restaurants. See Starbucks right there in the background. I don't know why, but I was really shocked to see a Starbucks here for some reason. They've also got like a museum here. There's a church again, and also some vendors selling their own goods. Since we're all artsy here, I thought you guys would really enjoy seeing this beautiful statue, which is made completely from cardboard, believe it or not. So now we are back in Miraflores, where our hotel is at Love Park. And we come here to look at the beautiful mosaic walls and also this gigantic kissing statue. I've got to say, Miraflores must be one of the most beautiful places on earth. Just look. Everything is green, lush, growing, thriving, just beautiful. Up next, we visited Huaca Puyana. I hope I didn't butcher that too bad, which also reminded me of Egypt because they have pyramids here, but theirs are made a little bit differently. They're not the triangular shaped pyramids that we're used to seeing. And this site was once an administrative center and burial site for nobles. So it was very sacred when it was being actively used. One thing I really liked about this site was that they had like mannequins to actually show you how it would be used and what the people actually would look like who were using it. There were areas for working, harvesting, live animals, and also for worshiping. And I thought this was really cool. This is the position that they buried their dead in. I thought it was so cool how you could have that ancient burial site on one side of the street and then literally on the next street, these modern buildings. And here is another huge and grand church. So, we are in another city square type of location. And this is just the main central square in Lima. Very beautiful. I love old buildings. So if you do too, you're probably drooling like I was. But everything here is just so nicely maintained. I was really, really shocked to see how well preserved everything has been. Some of these buildings are from way long ago, 1800s time frame. Here is my sister and I taking our obligatory Lima, Peru sign picture. We also visited the Church of San Francisco and learned a lot about the Spaniard invasion of Peru. And when we made it back to our hotel, I just kind of wanted to show some better images to you guys because I know we really love that sort of thing here. Architecture and decorating and structures and that sort of thing. So just look at how gorgeous this place is. Absolutely luxurious, like I said before. If you're watching this because you are my friend or family, you know my sister does not skimp on the vacations, and this is a hotel that she chose. And I'm very glad that I'm her tag along because I would never have picked something like this, but it is gorgeous. This was her birthday trip, so we didn't mind splurging a little bit on this, but just look at the view from our hotel room. Drop dead gorgeous, right? At this point, our tour guide had dropped us back off, but we went and saw some more beautiful murals, ate some food, and did a little shopping at this mall, which was right across the street from our hotel. While we were shopping, I was shocked to find that H&M has a home store. I never knew that. Did you guys know that? Leave a comment and let me know. Here's a quick shot of me and then one more view of this beautiful, beautiful place called Miraflores. On the way back to our hotel, we saw these gentlemen doing some street dancing, so I wanted to share a little bit of that with you as well. Next day, we got up and had breakfast at the hotel in this beautiful cafeteria area. And then we will be heading back to Lima's airport to catch our flight into Cusco. Just in case you're watching this because you're planning a trip to Peru, the airport in Cusco is shockingly different from the one in Lima. The airport in Cusco is much less developed than the one that is in Lima. Another thing that is important to note when you're visiting countries with very high altitudes like Peru has in certain areas, you want to make sure you leave some time in your travel itinerary for getting used to the new climate because it can get you sick if you don't do that. If you try to move too quickly, you will get altitude sickness, which is not going to be a good thing for you. But any experienced tour guide should be able to help you navigate such concerns. As for us, we just took a couple stops on this day and then we went straight to our hotel to just let ourselves rest and get used to breathing in the new climate. So the first place that we went is the Sacred Valley, which is what you're seeing here. This place was very important to the Incas because it is where they utilized this platform-based agricultural system to grow enough crops to feed everyone. We also visited the salt mines, which as you can see, there are some people down there walking. They don't really allow that anymore, but I thought this was pretty cool. It was active back in the Incan time and still is today. So new place, new luxurious hotel accommodations. This one is Tambo del Inca, and it is easily the nicest hotel I have ever seen, let alone stayed at. So I'm curious to know, what is the nicest hotel that you have ever stayed at? Leave me a comment and let me know. A lot of times as Americans, I think we kind of get a little snooty when we're visiting developing countries, but if you want luxury hotels, Peru has them for sure. Here's a little bit of the lobby area. You guys, this place is absolutely beautiful. Just look at it. Here is the hotel gift shop. Here's the beginning of the footage from our room. I decided to start from the back door this time. And as you can see in the back, we had this beautiful garden, which just went on for ages. And it was just really nice outside. So now we are coming in from the back door and you can see what the rest of the room looks like. This bathroom area was everything, and whoever designed this truly understood the assignment because it is pretty much amazing. It has everything you need. It's very spacious. It has a water closet if you need a little bit of privacy. Just bomb. I loved this. We spent the rest of that night eating, chilling, talking, and getting hydrotherapy. So, up next on our itinerary, we are going to be visiting a few more ruins. So, the first one is going to be Pisac. Similar to Sacred Valley, Pisac was very important to the Inca people because they were able to utilize it for agricultural purposes. Just like I said on the Egyptian vlog, I think that it is amazing that someone could have built something so long ago and it still be standing today. If you know my sister and I, you know what we do best, and that is shopping. So we did squeeze that in this little market, which was a really good place to shop. A fun fact about Peruvians is that they eat guinea pigs. It is called cuy, and this is how they serve it. So although I did not partake in the cuy, we did go to this restaurant, which was very beautiful, and we got to see a show that was put on by some of the wait staff there, where they used their traditional music and their traditional garments, and they put on a nice dance floor. After lunch, we did do a little bit more shopping because, as I said, that is what my sister and I love to do. So we stopped by this market here for a little bit and did just a little bit more shopping on our way to our next sites. Up next, we visited Ollantaytambo, which has several different archaeological sites. During the Incan Empire, this was the royal estate of Pachacuri, who was the emperor at the time, as well as where he hid from the Spaniards' attacks. Now I will let our guide tell you why this is considered a live museum today.
Local people are still living in that place. Yeah, that is why considered as a live museum of South America. Ollantaytambo, and there is a lot of people who would like it to stay around here because it's very safe. If even, I mean, those local streets are not like in the city with a lot of light. It's like a very dark around, but it's still like a safe. Yeah, because almost all local people know each other. So there is no robbers, and there's no scam. It's the only place that is like that.
The Incan people had a deep reverence for nature, so they made sure that elements like water were included in the temples. After Ollantaytambo, we started our adventure to Aguas Caliente and Machu Picchu, and we did arrive there by train, which is the only way that you can go there. But our train was really nice. Here is a look at the inside. After we arrived and took a couple of quick photos, which I'm showing you a few of mine here, we met up with our next tour guide and we caught a bus to Machu Picchu's citadel. This place was very significant to the Incan people because it was also a royal estate. It was a place of worship, also a place of burial for their highest officials. However, it was abandoned after the capture of the final Incan emperor. And so in the early 1900s, an American named Hiram Bingham actually founded this place and made everybody aware of it. And today it gets hundreds of thousands of visitors to the point where they have to restrict the number of people who can visit, and you have to get a ticket to be able to come in. Fun fact, orchids are my favorite flower, so I was very happy to find that they have over 300 species of those here at the Citadel. I thought you guys here on the channel might find it extremely interesting that they built these structures without any mortar, and with no real tools, only handmade tools. So see how they fit the bricks to go on top of each other perfectly? I thought that was amazing, the fact that this stuff is still standing. It is still about 75% original. Archaeologists have been working to repair it. As you can see, some of the walls are separating. So this place may not be around for much longer, depending on the rate of erosion and how much further apart the walls get. After a quick hike here, we are headed to our hotel next. This hotel is called the Sumac Hotel, and it is one of very few, if not the only, 5-star hotels in this area. As you can see, the lobby is extremely beautiful, but if I'm keeping it real, like I always do, the rooms left a lot to be desired. So I'm just showing you a quick glance around here. After checking out the room, we grabbed a bite to eat and hit the sack because we had a very early 3 a.m. wake up time for our hike the next day. Next morning, we did arrive very early. As a matter of fact, we arrived so early that we were not able to hike yet. So we stopped around this place and we did discover something pretty cool here. This would have been the home of the Inca, which is another word for leader or the highest official that they had at the time. And here is a look around his bedroom. They have some shelves, which are kind of like faux windows, and his king-size bed on the floor. This room would have had a thatched roof and also was complete with an escape chamber. There are also llamas and alpacas up here that you can take pictures with, but I kind of decided to stand back a little bit. And even when I did, one of them came and kind of told us to come on behind him, and he led the way to our next stop. So we went through a ticket booth, got our ticket, signed in. You have to sign in because they want to know how many people are going up just to make sure that the same amount of people are going down. People have gotten to the top of this and died, so they do keep a record. You have to show your passport. You go through and you start your hike up a very narrow staircase that seems to go on forever. I got very little footage on the way up because I was finding it very difficult to breathe, and I was just trying to focus on getting up there so I could get back down. I was definitely on the struggle bus trying to get to the top, but guess what? Your girl made it. Fun fact, I did not know what I was getting myself into when I agreed to this trip. My sister planned it because it was her dream to visit this site. My dream was to visit Egypt, which we did do together last year, so I wanted to do this with her. But you guys, whew, oh my God. I thought this was absolutely hilarious, so I wanted to share some of this struggle footage of me trying to come out of this narrow tunnel that they have in the side of this mountain that you must get through to get down. When I tell you, I used every muscle in my braids, every muscle in my legs, my feet, in the purse, and the people standing in my bodies, every muscle to get out of this tunnel. Baby, oh my God, y'all. Whew. You did it. Your bun didn't make it, but you did. After that hike, we went back to the hotel room, cleaned up, and got ready for our next train ride, which took us back to Cusco. But on the way back, we got some live entertainment that we did not get the first time, and also a fashion show. So I thought I would share a little bit of that with you guys as well. One thing nobody can ever take from Peru is how beautiful their landscape is. It is mountainous, it's lush greenery, it's farmland, it's desert-looking land. It's everything. So beautiful, so picturesque. When we arrived here at our next hotel, Palacio del Inca, they were doing a live show as soon as we got in, so I wanted to show you guys a part of that. After that, we made it to our room. I'm not quite sure why, but they gave us a complimentary upgrade to a suite. And so here is what that looked like. Here is the view from our room down into the courtyard below. We grabbed some dinner at the hotel, and then up next, we had breakfast the next morning before stopping by our next sites. Today's activities are a tour of downtown Cusco, and look how amazingly beautiful this place is. This picture shows the Big Bang Theory, basically, according to the ancient Incans. And on this day, we also saw some more beautiful murals, and we explored the inside of this beautiful church, which dates back, I want to say, to the 1500s, but don't quote me on that. And as I said, in every city center, they have churches, they have a market, they have places to sit and talk, they have all different kinds of things around here. This was really close to our hotel, like in walking distance. We did have an itinerary planned for this day, but this site is the only one that we made it to because we were just tired. It was cold and we were over it. But I did want to show you this one because you can see how it looks now, and then I can show you how it looked formerly. This site was heavily invaded by the Spaniards. They took all of the rocks that they could carry, and what is remaining now is the rocks that they could not carry away. They used them to basically set up their own civilization in the area, building their own churches and buildings with the stones that were already there. There was also a lot of gold and silver in the area and a lot in the temples, so the Inca leaders would be captured by the Spaniards and held for ransom until gold was given to release them. Here's how this site looks today versus how it would have looked in Incan time. The Incans built some of their temples in a way so that the sun would shine through and reach certain points during the summer and winter solstices, and they still celebrate the solstices today. We missed it by just a few days, but they do have a large festival still to this day the present day Peruvians celebrate. We also learned about the agricultural importance of these sites, and they have over 100 species of corn and potatoes in this area. After that site, we went back to our hotel, got our bags, and now we are headed back to Lima. So at this point, we were picked up by our driver and we are headed back through Miraflores, which is my personal favorite place on this trip because it is just so beautiful. And we are going to Casa República. So here is some footage from the hotel. My sister picked this place because she knows I like old buildings and home decor. So she says she picked this place especially for me, and I really liked it. I thought it was a really beautiful place. Even though I really love Miraflores, Barranco is my second favorite area because all the beautiful art that I showed you earlier, and it has a lot of modern buildings. You can kind of see the infusion of the old with the new here, and that is my sweet spot. So we had a few hors d'oeuvres here, and we were finally able to sample Peruvian's national drink, which is the pisco sour, and we got cleaned up and went to dinner because, as I said, this was a trip for my sister's birthday, and we wanted to make sure we celebrated. Another thing that I love about this area is that it's completely walkable. So we walked to dinner, but on our way back to our hotel, we decided to do some shopping and we saw a protest. I think it might be one of every traveler's worst nightmares to encounter a political protest or a protest of any kind where they're speaking a language that you don't really know that well and you don't really know what they're upset about. But so we quickly made it back to our room. I don't have any more footage except this footage from the flight home. So thank you guys for watching. Leave me a comment and let me know what you thought about this vlog. I can do more if you guys like them. If you have not already, please go back and check out the vlog from our Egypt trip. And I want to wish my sister a happy birthday. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back with furniture videos soon, so stay tuned. Bye, guys.